As is par for the course with these podcasts, I do not know what I'm going to talk about this week or this day, or I've actually shifted back from doing putting all 7 episodes of this into a 1 episode thing per week and gone to think, wait a minute, wouldn't the YouTube algorithm like it even more if I just put out one of these a day? I'm making one a day, so I might as well put out one a day. So I'm doing that now. I'm rebranding. And I actually figured out a way and this is useful if you're trying to make a podcast or you're trying to make just a video specifically with an image, just an image and a video. Like there's a very easy way to make that really quickly. All you have to do is change the video frame rate to 1 frame per second, because since you're not going to have any frames anyway, it's just going to be an image. It really cuts down the size of the video. Like the video is almost the size of the MP3. It's just a little bit bigger than that. And you can make it as HD as you want. So that's cool. I'm able to upload these things pretty fast. I heard Digibro talking about his project. You know that thing that I said that he did? That thing that I said that he did where he made like an entire year's worth of content? Well, actually he didn't. He only made 3 months worth of content. That's still a lot of content, but he said he was going to make a year's worth of content, but he didn't. So he didn't deliver on that. But that's probably because he just has other projects. Digibro is like this crazy guy. He is so crazy. He is so busy with projects and things, and he is just always making things. It's crazy how much stuff he has made. But anyways, what was I going to talk about? I guess I can talk about my foray that I made back in the past. I might go back to this, but my foray into audiobooks. I know in the first recording session that I ever did of this podcast, it wasn't even officially called the Kokino Podcast at this time. I said that I had I don't know if I actually said that. I said that I did I was doing a webcomic of a My Little Pony fanfiction. Well, after and before and at the same time, I was also doing an audiobook of My Little Pony fanfiction. Wait a minute, yes, I did talk about this, but it was Eternal. I was doing Eternal, an audiobook of My Little Pony fan fiction, and I have up to this point recorded 6 chapters of that audiobook, and I don't know if I'm going to go any further, because 6 chapters is there's only 2 chapters left, but those 2 chapters are just as long, if not longer, than the entire 6 chapters that I just recorded, and these chapters are long. Each chapter runs an hour to 3 hours. So the 6 chapters, the last 2 chapters are going to be 6-hour projects. And it's very painful. I guess I just kind of wanted to talk about what the process of recording an audiobook is like. Because I guess the way that it is when you start out recording an audiobook, it's easier because you don't judge yourself. But as you keep on doing it, you start looking at the way you say things and wondering if people are going to understand it. You get this is just the way that it went for me. I don't know if it's going to go for anybody else, if you all want to go and do an audiobook, but this is the way that it happened for me. You just keep on, your mind slowly goes crazy over the shortest phrases, and you keep on repeating yourself over and over again, and so frustrating. You get stuck on this one phrase, and then your mind sees it. Your mind sees this phrase and it knows that it's going to mess up. And then it's over at that point. You mess up 20 times in a row. It's still going bad and you just get angry and frustrated, but you have to get through this line. And so you mess up again, you finally get the line, but then it sounds awkward because you've been trying so hard. When you try so hard, you start sounding awkward because you start individually sounding all of the sentences, or individually sounding all of the sounds of the word, all of the syllables of the word very individually, and it doesn't sound natural. And so you try to record it again, and it's a very painful process. And in the in the audiobook, I decided to give voices to all the characters. And so that I also had that to worry about, whether those voices sounded consistent. I mean, really, it's an audiobook of a My Little Pony Friendship is Magic fan fiction. I don't know why I care about it that much. But on the other hand, it's important to care about the things that you do. If you don't care about it, it's just not as fun. It's not as fun if you don't put all your passion into it. So I'm glad that I did, but I don't know if I'm ever going to finish it. And I've dived into trying to do audiobooks a lot. I've tried to do different audiobooks of different fan fictions, all of them My Little Pony fan fictions. But like, what would happen is I would start reading, and then I'd stop because I was like, well, that didn't sound natural there. It didn't sound like I was actually giving it the right emotion. It didn't sound good. And so I'd start again, and because I wanted to do it all in one take or whatever. And I don't know. It was just crazy. I was just very, very bad at doing audiobooks. And my mind is completely blank right now. I don't know what I just said. I said that I was bad at doing audiobooks. The way that I picture me describing what it's like to do an audiobook is not the way that it turns out. Like, I am very, very bad at describing things. I am very, very bad at describing what the process of going through making an audiobook is. You get the words in front of you and you read it into the microphone. It's not a complicated process, but still, I don't know. Like, I thought it was gonna have like the entire story, like how I got into My Little Pony Friendship is Magic because I thought it was a great show, and then I got into fandom because they were cool and they were putting out all this art, so that inspired me to make some stuff. I made some music videos. I made some. I wanted to make a comic, but I didn't. I wanted to make the web comic of Fallout Equestria, but I didn't finish that. But I did start it, and then I did an audiobook of Eternal because I read that fan fiction. I really felt. I fell in love with it because the way that it ended was so beautiful and perfect and amazing. And it's just like this, it's a very emotional story. I'm saying this about a My Little Pony fan fiction. Anybody who does not understand, who has not watched My Little Pony Friendship is Magic or hasn't gotten into the fandom or doesn't understand the fandom will not understand this. But it was a good book on its own merits, right? You could put it alongside a regular novel. It was a great book. I liked it. And so I liked it so much that I decided, hey, why not make an audiobook of it? And that's what I did. And that's what I tried. And once again, like I said, I got 6 chapters in and then decided to stop. And like those 6 chapters, that was over like 5 years because I am lazy and I don't finish things. I am lazy and I like last year was the last time that I tried to record for it, and I got the 2 chapters, chapter 5 and chapter 6. But I started this podcast in 2012, and I'm still not done with it. I'm not the podcast. Did I say podcast? I started the audiobook when I was 2012, and I'm not even finished with it. I don't know if I'll ever finish it. Some part of me says that I think that I should finish it because if I do finish it, I will feel like I have finished something, like I have actually finished a project to its completion, and that will make me feel like I can finish other things, and it will get me to make progress, make real progress, because this audiobook is a long project, and finishing a long project is something that I've never really done. Never. Not even for actual work. I actually had a job, like my brother got me a job at the company that he was working at for writing in PHP. We were going to make the Facebook, like the fitness version of Facebook or something like that. We were trying to design this thing. And I was given a piece of this project, and I worked on it. I finished most of it, but I never really finished it. And this was this big project. And this big project never came to fruition, I don't think. And I think the guy who paid us to do it paid like $10,000 or something. It was crazy. I think it did come to fruition, but it never succeeded. And like it went through so many changes. First, it was going to be like Facebook. Then it was just going to be like a forum. Then it was going to just be like a place where you could upload videos. And then it just went through a bunch of different phases and like went through production hell for a long time. And it was like it was a complete failure. I think I was only a small part of it. But, I was a small part of a project that never got completed, or never fully got completed. I never saw it to its completion. So, I just have a track record with never finishing things. So I think that it would be good if I finished it. Maybe I will. Maybe I will finish that. Upload all the rest of the chapters. Just read that over a weekend or something. Just read those things. Oh man, and I mean, I could do that. I would feel a lot more comfortable doing that though, if my parents were not one room over from me. Because, when I do readings of audiobooks or fan fictions, I like to try and do voices for the characters, and I like to try to give them emotions that fit the situation. And this story, Eternal, this fan fiction, is a very emotional fan fiction and requires a lot of characters yelling. And I don't want my mom and dad to think that I'm crazy or think that I'm doing... I don't want them to come in concerned for me because I'm yelling angrily at something. I don't know. I just don't want that to happen. And so that's another reason why I haven't finished it. Whatever, look, oh my goodness, look at this. We've reached the end again. We're at 11 minutes. We've got an extra minute for you this time, ladies and gentlemen. I will see you the next time. Hopefully it will be better than this because this was a broken mess. See you later.